kliyente, tumataas na naman. Kasi ang nagbibigay ng ng promotion is another big celebrity, right? Another one, exclusivity. Exclusivity means, ano ba papayag ko? Ang tawag namin dyan is product lockout eh. So, ang idea nito, for example, Coke, for example, exclusive na siya lang ang pwedeng mag-sponsor ng drinkage. Wala nang iba. So, hindi ko pa pwedeng kunin ng anumang juice, hindi ko pa pwedeng kunin ng Pepsi, hindi ko pa pwedeng kunin ng anumang klaseng iniinom. Kasi exclusive siya. Siya lang ang pwedeng mag-sponsor sa akin. Exclusive partner. Okay? So, you can also remain open to that idea. Kasi, pag exclusive, mas mataas. Siyempre, mas mataas ang presyo. Okay? Hindi pa pwedeng mababa yun. Ang tawag doon lockout. Okay? Alright, so sponsorship package. So the simplest approach is to create levels such as presenter, major, minor, or donor. So yan yung So yung iba ay ang ginagawa dyan ay gold, bronze, silver, right? Ganyan ang ginagawa nila. So kami, ang ginagawa namin lagi, presenter, major, minor, donor, yung ganon. So that is the simplest approach. Okay, that is the simplest approach, which is to create levels. For example, pag presenter 3 million, pag meron pa nga dyan secondary eh. Ano yung presenter? For example, Coke. Ano yung secondary presenter? In cooperation with Alaska. Yun yung secondary presenter. And then, so yun ang dalawang top brands na sa taas lang. Kapag makikita nyo yung poster, nasa taas. And then, ang mga major sponsors nasa baba. Makikita mo yan kapag medyo malaki, it's major. Pag minor, maliit, yung ganun. So that is the easiest approach or the simplest approach. Then, list your packages based on what your sponsors can gain, such as brand building, product placement, the sampling, the contest, the pre-event exposure, and the post-event exposure. So, yan yung mga pwede mong ilagay, which I will give you a example. Kaya lang walang screenshot ha. Sandali na. For a while. Are you learning?
Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good, good.
Thank you po.
Yes po. Thank you.
Okay, for a while. Okay. This is a Word document. All right. This is the sponsorship cost. Ito. Ginawa ko lang is 3 million. So, ang sabi ko sa inyo, ang unique, can you see it? You can see that, right?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Yes
Very
po.
clear. Good. So, ang live appearance will be, live appearance si Gary, binenta namin. Nilagay namin para at least yung 3 million, mataas ang makukuha niya. So, sa dalawang 45 minutes na minus 1, 2 million. Kasi ang isang performance si Gary is 1 million. So, kapag halimbawa dalawa, ibibigay namin, that's 2 million. So, ginawan ko lang, magiging malulugi bang sponsor sa akin o hindi? So, inano ko yung mga pre-concert values. Ano ba yung mga pwede kong ibigay before the show starts? Ito, mga ano pa to ha? Before to ng mga online. Inclusion of logo in the wall murals of Araneta Coliseum. Paano ko nalaman yan? Siyempre, tatanungin ko ang Araneta Coliseum. Magkano ang wall mural mo for 2 weeks? So, sasabihin nila sa akin. May mga costing naman ng mga venue niyan eh. So, until hanggang doon, right? So, yan. So, mga on-ground values, may promotional activities. So, kapag halimbawang kapag ikaw ay what's this, presenter, ikaw yung pinakamataas na magbibigay, binibigyan ka ng opportunity to or option to create a promotional activity in collaboration with the concert's advertising campaign. For example, anong example niyan? Pag halimbawang bumili ka ng ticket, halimbawa lang, bumili ka ng ticket, for example, 10 tickets, then you have free gift certificates worth 500 from Jollibee. Ayan. So, gumawa ka ng promotional campaign na kasama yung brand nila. Right? So, ang binibigyan lang namin ng ganong klaseng option ng promotional activity is yung pinakamataas, which is the presenter. The rest, syempre, hindi. Kasi, malaki yung ano na yun eh. Actually, 50,000 nga lang ang binigay ang kinosko, pero that's mataas yun dapat kasi ginamit niya yung event para ma-promote yung brand niya at syempre kasama dun si Gary. So actually, that's really small, yung 50,000 na yon. Installation of booth, sampling, product display, or flyering. Sa venue kasi pwede kang maglagay ng booth. So syempre tatanungin ko ang venue, magkano yung ang booth. So for example, sinabi ng is 25,000. Then lagay ko 25,000. Actually, mura pa din siya kasi nag-flyering ka din. Pero inano ko na yon, pinackage ko na. Product sampling, which is nilagay ko nga subject to venue regulation kasi minsan hindi nga pumapayag ang mga venues. Distribution of flyers, TVC playback. Ito, I'm sure alam niyo naman yan. Kaya nga minsan nakakainip, di ba, umattend ng show kasi ang dami-daming pinapatugtog paulit-ulit na commercial, paulit-ulit, and then jingle playback, and then the pull-up banners, live acknowledgement. And then, if you can see, product lockout. Ang mahalo, 500,000. Yan kasi yung exclusivity. Yan yung exclusivity. Ibig sabihin, hindi na ako titingin sa ibang hindi na ako titingin sa ibang sponsor na kung ito ay mobile, hindi na ako, at ang magaan dito is iPhone, hindi na ako titingin sa Samsung, hindi na ako titingin sa Oppo, hindi na ako titingin sa bang klaseng mga mobile phones kasi gusto niya may product lockout. Siya lang ang yun ang gusto niya. May mga ganyan talaga na mga sponsors. Another one, if you can see, 300,000. Anong ibig sabihin nito? 10% of the sponsorship cost. That's the complimentary tickets. Okay? But, hihingi pa sila ulit niyan. Kaya minsan ang nilalagay lang namin dyan 8%, 7% kasi hihingi pa sila ulit. But, technically, 10% of the sponsorship cost ang complimentary tickets. Now, saan nagkaroon ngayon ng difference kapag X-deal? Sa complimentary tickets. Ibababa mo siya. Gagawin mo siyang 5% kasi hindi siya katulad ng cash. Pwede mong bawasan yung mga values, which ito ang tawag namin dito ay media values. Pwede mo siyang bawasan kapag halimbawang X-deal. Pag pure X-deal, kasi meron naman na 60% cash, 40% X-deal, meron naman na 40% cash, 60% ang X-deal. So, it depends. Okay? So, yan naman yung sponsorship package. So, kapag gagawa ka ng sponsorship package, tatanungin mo muna, syempre, i-close mo muna yung deal. For example, for this particular package, close ko muna yung deal sa broadsheet, sa newspaper. So that means kailangan naka-close na ako ng deal sa Manila Bulletin, naka-close na ako ng deal sa Philippine Star, naka-close na ako ng deal sa radio, naka-close na ako sa Business World para mailagay ko diyan ilan ng print ads. Dito nga hindi ko nilagay eh. But normally nilalagay ko diyan 10 print ads. Kasi maganda din yun na makita ng sponsor. So, pero nilagay ko din niya kung sino yung mga ang mga saan mag-a-appear ang mga print ads. Okay? So, dito din sa digital and new media, may kita nyo sa creation of a special art card promo featuring your brand or product which will be posted in all social media platforms. Ibig sabihin, yung art card na yon, logo lang nila ang nandoon. Walang ibang logo. May ginagawa lang ibang logo or ang gagawin namin, for example, Power Mac, ang ilalagay lang namin na logo, puro mga media, ABS-CBN, radio, Facebook. So, ibig sabihin wala siyang kasama, wala siyang ka-level na mga products. Ang ka-level lang niya, puro mga promo, mga media. So, yun, ginagawa namin yan. Naglalagay kami ng special art card promo. Okay? So, kaya kinakailangan, ako, I work with our digital and new media team and I tell them, pwede ba tayong gumawa nito ng special art card promo? Pwede ba tayong gumawa ng video? Kasi minsan may mga video. Doon ba sa video, pwede ba ako mag-post ng logo? So you have to work with the events team. Right? So, dito, halimbawa, poster to be featured 4 times in the Real Gary V Instagram account. May kapag-usap ako doon sa road manager ni Gary. Tanong mo naman kay sir, pwede ba tayong maglagay ng poster sa Instagram niya? Yung mga gano'n. So, eto, digital billboards. So, that means, before ko ilabas ito, nakapag-close na ako ng 2 digital billboards. Right? So, yun. So, ganun ang paggawa ng sponsorship package. Okay? So, ang on-ground, ito naman yung So, that's it. So, wait lang. Ayan. So, let's go back to ayan. Okay, wait lang. Kung meron pa akong pinakailangan na ibigay sa inyo. Okay. I think we covered it already. All right, so yun yung sponsorship package. Next is the sponsor's mileage, which is, sinabi ko na kanina sa inyo. So yun yung social media impressions, yung customer leads, kinakailangan alam mo yun lahat. Kaya sabi ko sa iyo, lalagay mo kung ilan ng followers ni Gary, ilan yung nasa Facebook niya. There was a time na I think, hindi ko alam kung anong show namin yun eh. I think it was Radical. Hindi siya Radical. Basta sa yun eh. I think that was 2014. May show kami sa MOA. And then, si Gary kasi mas ma-tweet. Kaya ang Twitter niya merong 4 million eh. Pero nalimutan niya kasi yung nalimutan niya yung kanyang Facebook. So, during the time na ginagawa namin yung 2014 na show namin sa MOA, pinataas yung kanyang Facebook. Kasi, most of the Filipinos naman nasa Facebook. So, pagising ng umaga, Facebook na kagad, di ba? Pag bago matulog, check mo ng Facebook. Kumakain, nakaharap pang ang telephone sa kanya kasi tinitina ng Facebook habang kumakain. So, kaya ng time na yon, wala pang I think 20,000 lang ang kanyang ang kanyang followers. So, pinataas namin ng gusto yon just in time for the concert. Kasi yun tinitingnan yun ng mga sponsors. So kahit na sabihin mo na meron naman si Gary na 4 million eh. Kaya lang kasi ang data na meron, especially ang mga ad agencies, mas Facebook ang Pilipino at saka Instagram. Right? Medyo kasi minsan maingay ang Twitter eh. So although naiingayan din ako sa Facebook. So, kaya kinakailangan makita mo yun lahat. Okay? So, collecting customer leads, the right demographic, which as I mentioned kanina, na kapag halimbawang ang ang audience mo should be millennials lang. Ano, papanong customer leads ang mabibigay nito? Ang customer leads is makakapag flyering ka. That means yung mga millennials na yung kaya mong i-reach out on the day, 2 days of show, gano'n. So gaining access to a specific demographic through experiential participation, kasi di ba minsan sa mga ano nga, sa mga event may mga kung ano-anong mga ginagawa ang mga sponsors para lang ma-experience ng audience yung kanilang product. So if you show them the why, they will be more inclined to choose the package that suits their needs and budget, while providing you with a financial support and optics that improve the positioning of your event. Minsan, for example, Coke. Lagi ako mabalik sa Coke. Coke will sponsor, for example, drinkage. 50 cases of Coke. Mura lang yun. Hindi siya ano. Kaya kapag sinabing 50 cases, okay, wow, mura lang yun. 50 cases of Coke. And then sasabihin nila, we can also give you 4 print ads. Ayan. May mga ganun na sponsors eh. We can also give you 4 print ads, and we can also give you, for example, radio ads. So may mga ganun. May mga ganun na mga sponsors. Kasi yung mga, like, yung Coke, bumibili yan ng bumibili yan ng print ads. Sa before pa lang, bago mag-start ng year, may binibili na yan print ad, may binibili na yan ng mga sa mga radio ads, may binibili din silang mga billboard. So minsan even ang billboard sponsored. Akala ng iba bumibili kami ng space ng billboard. For example, Belo. Minsan ang binibigay lang sa amin ng Belo is just billboard. Billboard na nasa EDSA. Ilan ang dumadaan doon every day, right? So yun lang, malaki na yun. That's siguro ang ano nun, ang value nun, siguro mga 1 million. Kasi sila din ang magpapagawa eh. Sila din ang lahat, ang design sa amin, pero sila magpapagawa. Pero ang laki nun. Kasi nasa nasa maganda siyang lugar. Right? So, those, yung mga ganun na wag mong isipin palagi na ang sponsors is about money. Again, even yung mga media pa pwede mong kunin yan na sponsors. Para din, hindi na instead nagagastos ka, bibili ka ng billboard, bibili ka ng space, o di kuha ka na ng sponsors. Right? So, sponsorship packages pa rin tayo. Look at your list of sponsorship opportunities and then assign a value. Look at how much exposure, views, readers, etc. each marketing opportunity offers and do the math to find out how much a target audience is worth. Tulad ng ginawa ko sa inyo kanina. Di ba sinabi ko, ang ano ni Gary is 2 million. Ang tweet is ganito. Ang exposure sa event ganito. So para malaman mo, kapag ba nagbigay ako ng 3 million, ano na yon? Ano na yun sa mga sponsors? Maganda na? Of course, kasi binigay ko sa kanila, sir, two events is already 2 million. And then the rest that you will have is only 1 million, which is more than that we are offering to you. So, yun. So, kinakailangan, alam mo yung mga, ano na yun, exposure, views, readers, lahat yun, yung marketing opportunity. Okay? So, sponsorship packages pa din, create unique opportunities. Tulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, create ang unique opportunities namin is they have shows, 2 shows of Gary. Yung iba naman, ang ginagawa nila, meet and greet. What is meet and greet? After the show, pwede silang pumunta sa backstage, pwede silang makipag-usap sa kanilang artist or whatever. Create unique opportunities. Ano yung mga pwede mong i-offer sa sa mga projects mo, sa event mo. And spell out every package, benefit, perks, and requirements in crystal clear language. So, dapat maintindihan nila yon. So, potential sponsors should never have to guess at what they will receive in exchange for a portion of their company's budget. Hindi pa pwede silang nag-ano lang, parang, ito kaya yon. It has to be spelled out. It has to be cleared. It has to be crystal clear. It has to be very very clear para alam ka agad nila na yung sponsorship package na yon will benefit them. All right? So next is the sponsorship contract, which is this is the last one. Right after you ba sinabi sa'yo, okay, we're good with the presentership package. Create a contract in immediately based on the terms that you have discussed. For example, kanina yung pinakita ko sa inyo na na sponsorship package, lahat yun ilalagay ko yun sa contract. Lahat yun ilalagay ko. And then, of course, you have to talk about the terms of payment. Normally, nilalagay ko din yun sa sponsorship package. For example, 3 million net of taxes and VAT. So, ang gagawin mo na lang is, paano mo ano yun? Halimbawa, 50% upon signing of the contract, 50% 2 days after the event. Okay? So, kinakailangan lahat ng pinag-usapan nyo. Kung ang pinag-usapan nyo, magbibigay siya ng ganito, ng products or whatever, lahat ng pinag-usapan nyo, dapat ilagay mo yun sa contract. And then, on the day of the event, dapat dala mo yun. Not the original one. Kasi the original one, kagaya ng mga natin sa mga events, everything, dapat yung original nasa office, pero meron kang photocopy pa on the day of the event. So that you will be able to know ano yung mga, nagawa ko ba to sa sponsor? Yan, yung deliverables. Sabi ko dun sa kanina, di ba? May TVC playback ako. So that means, dapat may TVC playback talaga. Hindi pa pwedeng, ay nalimutan ko, hindi ako nakapag-TVC playback. Hindi pa pwede. Pwede kang pwede kang ireklamo at pwede wag silang magbayad. Kaya kung ano yung nasa contract, you have to follow it. Kapag sinabi mong 8 print ad ang ibibigay mo. Kapag sinabi mo na Gary will tweet 4 times, that means talagang 4 times. Kaya ang ginagawa ko, for example, lahat yun naka-document. For example, nag-post ang new media namin ng poster sa Facebook. Kung ilang beses siya nag-post, nilalagay ko yung date. At naka-screenshot yun sa akin. And on the last day, after the event, I will send post-event pictures. Yun yung post-event report ko sa kanila. Kasi minsan ang ginagawa nila, they will not give us the 50% full payment unless I give them the post-event report. So dun sa post-event report ko, sasabihin ko sa kanila, 90% for example, ang attendance, ito yung demographics. Halimbawa, 80% is female, 20% male, 80% ay millennial, something like that. So I give them the post-event report. I tell them everything na kung ano yung nangyari. After that, they will give me, halimbawa, even yung mga, kung saan nakalagay ang mga streamers, pinipicturean ko yun. I take pictures lahat. Kasi kinakailangan ko yun ibigay sa kanila after the event. So, lahat niyan, so kinakailangan may signed contract ka din para just in case na magkaroon ng problema, pwede mo sabihin, pinag-usapan natin ito. Ito yung pinag-usapan natin. Okay? So, send the draft contract right after you have closed it and then monitor the deliverables. Always monitor that. And kung ano yung kinomit mo, you have to do it. And then send post-event pictures. Okay? And report. So, I think that's it. And unless you have any question.
Thank you, Ms. Mamangan, for sharing your first-hand experience and practical knowledge about sponsorship marketing. And now the floor is open for the Q&A portion. To our GMeet participants, you may ask your questions through our chat box. And to all the participants watching via live stream, just type your questions in the comment section below. Any questions? Yes, we have a question. Miss Paharis has a question from Google Meet, ma'am.
All
Take it
right, go
away,
ahead.
Miss Paharis.
Good evening, Miss Irene. I find your talks so refreshing and very informative at the same time.
Thank you.
Here is my question. Are there any circumstances in which it's best not to get a sponsor for an event? If so, under what condition should we not look for a potential ex deals or sponsor? Thank you.
Oh, it depends on your event. Kasi kung halimbawa, kaya mo naman i-produce lahat and you don't need kaya mong bilhin lahat, even promotion, then you don't get a sponsor. Yun lang, as simple as that. If you can produce everything, kaya ng pera mo, then you don't need. But you need a sponsor if for example, your event is tulad nga kanina, sabi ko high profile. Meron kang mga then maganda na magkaroon ka ng sponsors. But halimbawa, kaya ko lahat 'yan, gagastusin ko lahat 'yan, I don't need a sponsor. That's fine. That's good. That means wala kang bibigyan ng deliverables, right? But kasi getting sponsors will also sabi ko nga, itataas din yan ng leverage ng event mo eh. Kaya nga, tingnan mo lahat ng events, naglalagay kahit na hindi naman lahat yun malalaking binigay eh. Pero they want to put the logos kasi itataas nun yung level ng event mo. Yung credibility ng event mo. Especially if the event is fundraising. Right? If it's fundraising. Siyempre, hindi mo kinakailangan mag-sponsor, kumuha ng sponsor kapag ang event mo is just the social events like anniversary, wedding anniversary, birthday, although pa pwede din. At pa pwede mong kunin na sponsor din. Pwede mo bang Tito, pwede bang paki-sponsor ang printing ng invites, ng invitation. Tito, pwede mo bang paki-sponsor yung food? Ganun yung sponsorship. Walang media values yon. But if ever na you want and your event is isa pa din na meron kang especially if it's a fundraiser. Kasi it will give credibility to your event too. All right? Did I answer your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi,
Thank you
ma'am.
po.
Question, ma'am. Sorry po. Hi,
Okay,
ma'am.
another one. Wait lang ha. Baka malimutan ko lang din. So, kapag naka-close kayo ng sponsor, you get kaagad the logos and everything na kinakailangan yung ilagay dun sa mga posters, sa mga whatever. And make sure that you will also follow kung ano yung requirements ng logo nila. Nagkaroon ako ng problema sa Levi's before, bago pa lang ako nun sa sponsorship marketing. Nalimutan ko yung letter R dun sa Levi's. Yung R, the parang trademark, R, and then naka-encircle. And then, ang tumawag na sa akin, ang legal nila. So, when you put the logo, make sure na tama ang paglalagay ninyo. If meron silang requirements about for example, about the colors, you have to follow it. For example, sasabihin nila sa inyo, kapag black and white, ito ang logo namin. Kapag white ang background, ito ang logo namin. You have to follow that. Hindi pa pwedeng masusunod yung creative ninyo. Kasi merong legal implications yun. Alright? So baka lang malimutan ko. Okay? Go ahead.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you very much for sharing, sobra. Ma'am, tanong ko lang, yung revenue stream naman for halimbawa event po sa atin mga kakonduct ng event. Paano kaya yung revenue niyan, ma'am?
That is for the event itself.
For the event, sa ano? Yan, event planners, event ano po, ayan.
Oo, medyo in another ano yun, another topic, no?
Okay.
But of course, ganito lang, teka muna, tatry kong check yung isa kong wait lang ha. Give me uh, tapos ko lang ng events din eh. So meron akong isang wait. Ano ba yan? Wala, hindi ko na alam kung nasaan yan. Wait lang. Okay. I think hindi ko siya makita eh. But sige, sige, go ahead. Babalikan kita. Another question. Babalikan
We
ko yung budget.
Yes, ma'am. We have another question from Mr. Toby Tyler Jose.
Mm-hmm.
The first question is, may I know your criteria when you're selecting sponsorship? And second, may you describe the challenges you experience in terms of cultural diversity and how you overcome it?
Wow, may cultural diversity pa, di ba? Cultural diversity, wala because it's all local. Unless I go to another place, siyempre magkakaroon ng cultural diversity yon. But wala namang cultural diversity na ano. What's the other question? I'm sorry.
May I know your criteria when you're selecting sponsor?
As discussed kanina, it's always the brand, 'di ba? Yung brand. Paano yung 'di ba sabi ko nga hindi ako Lenovo para kay Gary. Kasi kinakailangan nakaalam ko din 'yon ng event. Pwedeng kumuha ng ano. Hindi ko din ako pwedeng kumuha Samsung o Samsung user. Pero I will not be able to get Samsung. Hindi ako magiging Samsung. Pera forever. Naman ginagari eh. Walang gumagamit sa even sa ano sa mga anak niya. They're all iPhone users. So yun ang una mo. Naka-align ba to dun sa for example, nasa ano ka mo ay hotel. So, ano ang align considering ang target market mo pag pumunta ka ng hotel, that means mataas yun. So, hindi kuha na sponsor medyo mababa. Kaya naka-align yun palagi dun sa event mo. Kaya ang
Raising her. Do you have a
go.
question, Mr. Oh.
So, thank you Miss, for telling us the ins and outs of sponsorship. I just want to ask what you think is the hardest part in tapping sponsor. What can we do to address this?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Can you read?
What's the hardest in tapping sponsors for an event, and what can we do to address this?
Getting this it's really hard to get sponsors. Until now, ako din nahihirapan. But ang is the kulit is the key. Maging makulit ka lang. Of course, you have to give a very nice presentation of your proposal. Dapat maayos ang proposal mo. So, hindi pa pwedeng, hindi pa ngayon, lalo na ngayon, online, di ba? So, instead na nagpapadala ako ng puro words dati, ganun lang noong mga 90s eh. Ngayon, puro visuals. Visuals. And then, of course, I put the videos, nilalagay ko yung mga past experiences na ano nila mapupuntahan yung mga ganun. So, it's really an effort. And then, kapag naibigay mo na yon, halimbawa na nagawa ng gagawin ko lang yung content ng sponsor page and yung direction. But I ask a creative person to do that for me kasi hindi naman ako pwedeng gumawa ng mga posters and all na para sa mga para ko, yung ganun. Yun ang ginagawa ko. So, and then kapag na-send mo na, kulit, hindi sila sponsor. Okay?
Thank you.
Now, the question, hold it first. I'll share lang kung yung kaninang question event. Nasaan na ba ako? Ayun. Alright, so yung sample gross, ito yung paggawa ng event. Ito, creating a budget. So, gumawa muna ako ng gross course, siningnan ko muna ticket prices ko. So, ano ang mga levels, VIP, orchestra, orchestra 2, balcony. So, ang ticket quantity, have a chair na VVIP. So, that means 200 times 2,000 potential. Okay? Ito yung sample budget. Sample, marami pang hindi kasama. Okay? Dito, ang total budget 675,000. Of course, ano lang ito, make believe lang tong mga amount ko to for presentation purposes lang sa mga students ko. So yan, that's 675. So yan ang budget. Ano ang gross potential? 2.6. Ano ang budget ko? 675. Ito yung income ko. Meron akong ticket sales na 2.9. May complimentary tickets ako. Ibig sabihin,
For sharing insights. To share his thoughts about Miss Talk, we call on our program coordinator, Mr. Earl de la Rosa Flores.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow participants. My biggest takeaway is the value of event sponsorships for both the host company and the event sponsor. Company, having sponsors can increase their cash flow, it can jack up their event budget, it can boost its credibility, and also the event is over. Yun lang po.
Okay, thank you, Mr. De La Rosa Flores. Show to our guest speaker. Let me present this certificate of appreciation. Juanito Gaba is the certificate of appreciation is awarded to Mr. Juanito Gabais III for serving as resource speaker on the topic entitled Fundamentals of Virtual Event during the event Masterclass 2.0, conducted on March 2, 2021 by Google Meet, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live. Given this day, the second day of March 2021, signed Ms. Madonna V. Vitaliano, President of Aplus Technical and Vocational School, Incorporated.
And of course, forget Irene Mamangon. Here's her certificate. Let me read it out. Appreciation is awarded to Irene Mamangon, serving as speaker on the topic entitled Fundamentals of Sponsorship during Master 2.0, conducted on March 2, Google Meet, Facebook Live, and YouTube Live. The second March, Madonna Vitaliano, President of Aplus Technical and Vocational School, Incorporated.
For the closing remarks, I give you Miss Maria Marian Monique de la Cruz.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Events are not dead. Our journey is not yet over. In this time of the pandemic, we are all demanded to stay in our homes and do what we need to do from there. But that does not mean that everything should halt as well. In this webinar, we were taught how we can do our work in spite of the restrictions and regulations that are caused by the pandemic. We don't need to stop everything and wait for the pandemic to be over. What we need is to be more creative in what we do and use this time and moment to our advantage. We are really grateful for the lessons and strategies that we have learned today from Mr. Third Gabais and from Miss Irene Mamangon. Thank you very much for lending us your time and sharing with us your expertise. I would also like to thank the administrators of A Plus Technical and Vocational School Incorporated, as well as the Masterclass 2.0 for making this wonderful event possible. And of course, thanks to all our participants, listeners, and watchers on Facebook and YouTube, for this event is dedicated to all of you. May these new learnings enlighten us, give us hope, and help us to rise above our limits as well as the limits that are put upon us during this time of the pandemic. Before we end, having had these insights from our speakers, I challenge everyone to step up and ensure within ourselves the continuity and quality of our events in these extraordinary times. Again, thank you very much and mabuhay.
Okay, thank you, Miss De La Cruz. This has been a very informative and productive evening. We have had two amazing guests who share their knowledge and experience in staging virtual events and getting sponsorship. We thank everyone in Google Meet and our viewers on Facebook and YouTube for your active participation. Your comments and questions have deepened our understanding about the topics.
I agree with you, Miss April. This event wouldn't be a success without the teamwork, efforts, and the time put in by the following trainees of event management services. Starting with the team leaders, we have Mr. Eric Mendoza, our technical coordinator, Mr. Third Gabais, presentation and design coordinator, and Mr. Earl De La Rosa Flores, program flow coordinator. Our gratitude also goes to the members of the program committee, namely Ms. Alanis J. Dakigan for the singing of national anthem, Mr. Dom John Bison for the opening remarks, Mr. Aldrin Montances and Ms. Erica Morales for the first Q&A portion, Ms. Rose and Ms. Teresa Ordoves for the second Q&A portion, Ms. Muchato Magan for the sharing of insights, and last, Ms. Maria Marian Monique de la Cruz for the closing remarks.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate your impressive skills and behind the scene efforts. Tech team, led by technical coordinator, Mr. Eric Mendoza. Our OBS team members, Ms. Ginaline Ablao, Ms. Chris Hesed Joe Martis, and Mr. Scott Droll Pania. Our Google Meet admission staff, Ms. Maria Marian Monique de la Cruz. Our Google Meet recording OBS backup staff, Ms. Ginaline Ablao. Our Facebook Live recording OBS backup staff, Ms. Mary Grace Capasio. Our YouTube Live recording OBS backup staff, Ms. Mutya Tumagan. Our slide operator, Ms. Erica Morales. Our Facebook page creator, Ms. Hermenihilda Pavilio. Our FB Messenger chat group creator, Ms. Alanis J. Dakigan. And our attendee notifier, Ms. Janina Ravara. Advance thank you goes to our e-certificate senders. For guests and participants, Ms. Maria Charmy Ponciano. For the trainees, Mr. Aldrin Montances. Thank you, guys.
Last but definitely not least, we thank you very much, Ms. Dawn and Ms. Arlene of our training institution, A Plus Technical and Vocational School Incorporated. Your endless support and mentoring are priceless. This is all for you. How about a virtual applause? Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. The evaluation form can be accessed by clicking the link posted on Facebook page and YouTube channel of A Plus Tech Book. If you are a Google Meet participant, the link will be posted in the chat box shortly. To receive an e-certificate of participation, you must get at least an 80% passing score in the first part of the evaluation form. If you pass, you can expect to receive your e-certificate by email within 5 days. Again, this has been Miss April Andrade Vergara.
And Mr. Richmond Kaluliu, your hosts.
Good night, everyone.